Yo, it's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and I will be doing the full card predictions for UFC 263. Cannot wait for this card. This card is really dope, man. And yeah, man, I think we're gonna see a lot of crazy upsets, and yeah, man, can't wait for this card, man. But let's talk about the curtain jerker of the night: Pannie Kianzad versus Alexa Davis. Pannie comes in as the number 11th ranked bantamweight. She is on a 3-fight win streak. She is 29 years old. She has reached 66, and she's 5'7" foot tall. Alexa Davis is 20-10, a lot of experience. 36 years old, 5'6", and a reach 68. So she is Alexa Davis is the shorter girl, but with the longer arms. Alexa, before her last victory against Sabina Maia, was on a 3-fight losing streak. Man, this fight I've been off and on. 17% is going with Alexa Davis. 83% is going with Pannie to get this done on Tapology. I can obviously see Alexa Davis winning this. And before this video, I was really going to go with Alexa Davis. But I saw Sijara Eubanks kind of tire out. I don't know, man. Alexa's only lost to like some top girls. She lost to Viviana Jaru. What's her name? Jennifer Maia, Caitlin Chukagian. Pannie's last loss was to Julia Avila, you know? I don't know why. I feel like it's going to be different, but I just have a weird feeling it might be different. I don't know why. But I just think Pannie's probably going to get this done by decision. I can't trust Alexa Davis. She's 36 years old. Yeah, she had that really good performance against Sabina Maia, but I just feel like Pannie has better takedown defense than Sabina Maia. So I'm taking Pannie Kianzad by decision. Next up, Eryk Anders versus Darren Stewart 2. I mean, tough fight for my boy Darren Stewart. Obviously, both guys. This is the rematch. Both guys did have a first fight. Eryk Anders was on his way to finishing Darren Stewart. It's a hard fight for me to really look at, because I do think when I first predicted this fight, I predicted Darren Stewart to get it done. And anything can happen in a rematch. That's what I'm saying. And I truly felt like Darren Stewart was the better fighter of the two. But if we look at the stats right, Eryk Anders has a record of 13-5, age 34, a height of 6'1", and reaches 75. Darren is 12-6, age 30, a height of 6 foot, and a reach of 74. So Eryk is the more athletic guy. He does have the longer arms by 1 inch, not too much. He is taller. He is the bigger guy. But I don't know what Darren Stewart was doing in there. Hopefully there was something that happened that day where he just looked really bad, y'all. Like, honestly, like he didn't look like himself. So I'm gonna take a risk here, and I'm actually gonna give Darren Stewart a chance. I still feel like Darren Stewart is the better fighter. He's had better performances against higher competition than Eryk. Eryk has failed and failed beyond failed. He lost to guys like fucking what's his face, Lyoto Machida in a 5-round decision when he should have knocked him out. So if Eryk can't knock him out, I feel like Darren Stewart should get this done. I feel like Darren should use distance and should wrestle. You should try to wrestle in this fight. I feel like Eryk is man. It's hard to pick Darren Stewart just seeing the way Darren. You know what? No, I can't pick Darren, right? I'm sorry. I like you, Darren, but I cannot pick him. I can't think of a solid way for Stewart to win this fight. Just remembering that first fight. I don't think he's shown good wrestling, but I don't think he's the better wrestler against Eryk Anders. I think Eryk's getting this done, man. I don't know why. I'm saying decision. He might finish Darren, but I got to pick Eryk Anders. I'm sorry, y'all. I was going to pick Darren Stewart, too. Next fight, Steven Peterson versus Chase Hooper. I know that's crazy, right? Oh, man, I switched up so quick. But, yeah, I am going Eryk Anders by decision, just of right now. Steven Peterson versus Chase Hooper. Really nice fight for Chase. But, I mean, Steven Peterson ain't no hoe, man. He ain't no hoe. But if we look at the stats, Steven Peterson comes with the 18-9 record, fights out of Texas, age 31, a height of 5'10", and reaches 70. Chase Super is 10-1-1, age 21, a height of 6'1", and reaches 75.5. So why I said this is a really matchup for Chase is, man, he has a 5-inch reach advantage. Damn near 6, so he does have the advantage, but he's not a striker, though. So he's not going to be able to use that reach. I know he's been working with Wonder Boy, but, he's not going to get good like this in just a fucking 6 months period of working with him. His last fight against Peter Barrett, I actually picked Peter Barrett. He made Peter Barrett look really, really good. I thought Peter Barrett was winning the first 2 rounds, and I thought he just kind of got caught, I think, with Steven Peterson, fighting at Fortis MMA, he ain't no hoe. I think he gets this done, man. I think he's going to give this kid a second loss, I don't know, man. The striking with this kid is just not good. I'm sorry. I see him trying new stuff. I see him with the side kicks or whatever, or the crane kicks, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't look good. I think Steven Peterson gets this done by decision. I think he's just going to walk him down. And I think the only mistake that Peter Barrett did was getting caught in that fucking, what's it called? Little heel hook, right? I think Peterson's going to be smart and keep this on the feet and have good takedown defense. And I think he's gonna get him out of here, man. I don't think he's going to finish him, but I just think he's going to beat him up. I really do. I'm taking Steven Peterson by decision. Next fight, Drew Dober versus Brad Riddell, man. I cannot wait for this. I might have I'm not going to have a breakdown on this. I thought about breaking this down, but I'll talk about it here. This is an awesome fight. If we look at the rankings where these guys are ranked, I don't think Brad Riddell's ranked, but Drew Dober's number 13 UFC. He's number 13 in the lightweight ranks. I don't know why I fucking almost had a brain fart, but yeah, man, really, really good matchup. I love this fight. It's going to be a really good striking clinic. Dober comes with a record of 23-10. He's fighting out of Denver, Colorado. Age of 32, height of 5'8", and a reach of 70. Brad is 9-1. Is fighting out of New Zealand. Age 29, a height of 5'7", and a reach of 71.3. Man, really, really good fight. In terms of striking, man, you'd have to go Brad Riddell. I feel like Brad technically has the better striking resume. I think he has way more amateur Muay Thai and professional Muay Thai titles. But Dober in MMA, and you look at the competition he's fought, and you compare it to Brad, I think Dober's looked way more impressive on the feet than Brad Riddell. Brad does have that really, really good win over Magomed Mustafayev. He had a suspect win over Alex Del Silva, even though it was he did win. He didn't look too good. And then he had that crazy war, which he shouldn't have had, with Jamie Malarkey. Obviously, Malarkey, taught that boy Kama Worthy a valuable lesson. But Dober has fought real good competition. I know a lot of people don't like it that, Islam beats Dober, and people, keep hyping up Islam. But I like Dober. Dober's a good fighter. Dober, he's a good fighter. Doesn't make Islam the GOAT, but it also does make Islam... I think Islam's a good fighter. I don't think he's the greatest fighter of all time, but beating a guy like Dober, it's a good thing. But Dober's beaten Alexander Hernandez. He beat Nasrat Haskarov by TKO, knocked him the fuck out. And Polo Reyes isn't the greatest guy in the world, but those last 2 wins, Alexander Hernandez and Nasrat Haskarov, those are good opponents. He's a really, really good striker. He's an elite striker, man. He also... What's crazy? He's the main sparring partner for Justin Gaethje. I think Dober gets this done. I just don't think he's gonna knock out Brad Riddell, but Brad didn't look good, man. Alex Del Silva is more of a grappler. I know maybe the threat of the takedown affected Brad's striking, but I mean he kind of got exposed there, in my humble opinion. The Mustafayev win is good, but he almost lost that fight. Obviously, I think this is just gonna be on the feet, and you gotta go with Riddell low key, because Riddell is the more seasoned striker, but he hasn't shown it at MMA, man. He looked somewhat beatable against Jamie Malarkey, and I think Dober will get this done. I know Dober only has like an amateur Muay Thai background, but I truly believe he is the better MMA fighter, and I think he's gonna prove it. And I'm going with Drew Dober by decision. Next fight, Matt Frevola versus Frank Camacho. Really, really good scrap right here. I mean, this is a big fight for both guys, honestly. Both guys kind of need a win. One guy really needs a win or he's going to get cut, and that's Frank Camacho. Matt Frevola is coming with a record of 8-2-1. He's fighting out of Florida, age 31, height 5'9", and reaches 71. Frank is 22-9. Is fighting at Guam. Age 32, height of 5'10", and reaches 73. So Frank does have the reach advantage, but I've never seen Frank actually use the reach advantage. Camacho, man, he's coming off a loss to Justin James, Beneil Dariush, so there's no shame in losing to Benny. His last one was against Nick Hen via TKO. Got knocked out brutally by Jeff Neal, and he lost to Drew Dober by decision. So not bad losses to have. I guess the Justin James loss is his only bad loss. I didn't like that, you know, and Frevola obviously fights a different style, right? Frevola's not going to knock anyone out. Frevola actually really impressed me in his last fight against Arman Sarukian. He fought a really great fight. Even though he lost all 3 rounds, he was going tooth and nail with this guy. He won a split decision against Luis Pena. I didn't think he won that fight, but it is what it is. He beat Jalen Turner, which has aged somewhat kind of well for him. He does have that draw with Lando Venata, and he did lose. He did get knocked out by Polo Reyes. So one thing I can tell you about Matt Frevola, he has a good gas tank. He's super tough, and he's somewhat durable. He can't get chin, but he's somewhat durable. Camacho, the sad thing is I can't tell you he's durable. He's tough, but I just think Frevola's going to beat him. I think Frevola's just going to outwork him everywhere in the wrestling and the striking. If Camacho can win it anyway, I think it's almost like a fluke knockout. That's the only way. And Camacho needs to win bad, so I'm not going against by his desire. I just feel like Frevola also wants to win, and he knows how good he is. You know, Arman Sarukian, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy. I think the guy he's a good fighter. I'm not going to say he's a bad fighter, but you know, what can I say about Arman? You know, he's number 15, right? So you do good against, I guess, the number 15 guy like Matt. It might give you some kind of confidence to show what you can do against some of these other, you know, lightweights, to tell you like, oh, I did good against this guy, so maybe I'm that good. So I gotta go for Frevola by decision. Next fight, Lauren Murphy versus Joanne Calderwood. I mean, interesting fight here. You know, 2 ranked girls. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. Lauren Murphy's let me look at the rankings. I think Lauren is up for a title shot, basically. Lauren Murphy is number 3 in the world. Joanne is number 6. So really big fight for Joanne Calderwood. Lauren is 14-4, is fighting out of Houston, Texas. Height of 5'5", and a reach of 68. I mean, Joanne Calderwood comes with a record of 15-5. Is fighting out of Las Vegas, age 35, a height of 5'6", and a reach of 65.5. Really good fight here. We know what Lauren wants to do. She wants to take her down. We know what Joanne wants to do. She wants to keep it on the feet. But on the other hand, Lauren is on a 4-fight win streak, man. You know, these aren't the best girl, but Leah Shakarov, I don't know how you say that girl's name. She was the late Roxanne Modaffir, Andrew Lee by split decision, and Morella Barella by TKO. Her last loss was to Sajara Eubanks, which is kind of crazy. Joanne Calderwood is coming off a win over Jessica I don't know how well that is anymore. Her last loss was to Jennifer Maia. She beat Andrew Lee by split decision, and she lost to Caitlin Chukagian by decision, which some people consider controversial. And then she beat Irene Lipsky. So at her last, basically, of her last 5, she's 3-2. Lauren, out of her last 5, she's 4-1. In terms of styles, man, Lauren is getting older. She is 37, but I mean, her grappling hasn't slowed down, man. She's keeping a good pace. Now, obviously, this is going to be a harder opponent for her to deal with, but I think she gets this done. She gets the title shot, man. I think she's earned it, and she deserves it, right? But she needs that one last win. Joanne Calderwood basically had the title shot and lost it. So this is a big fight for both these girls. You know, whoever wins this probably will get the title shot. For me, I was kind of going back and forth with this one. I was going to go Joanne Calderwood, but I just think Lauren Murphy's grappling is going to be the X factor in this fight. I just feel like Joanne, I mean, moments like this, she fucking chokes, man. She choked against Jennifer Maia. Yeah, Lauren is 37, but sometimes age can be deceiving for some people, man. Look at a guy like Glover Teixeira. I truly believe Lauren with the reach advantage, I think her striking hasn't looked as bad as it used to. I think Lauren's gonna get this done. I think she gets the decision, man. And fifth time's the charm. You know, her nickname is Lucky, so I think that's another reason to go with her. So I'm taking Lauren Murphy. Next fight, Hakeem Dawodu, versus Movsar Evloev. Really, really good fight. We got some ranked featherweights, I'm assuming, right? These kids are good fighters, man. These kids, man, I got a lot of high praise for both of these guys. Hakeem is number 15 and Movsar is number 14, man. Really, really good fighter. Really good fighters, if I say. Can't wait for this fight, man. Both guys can win this fight, honestly. I truly believe that. Hakeem is 12-1-1. He's fighting out of Canada, age 29, height 5'8", and reach is 72. Movsar is 14-0. He's fighting out of Russia, age 27, a height of 5'7", and a reach is 72.5, man. Matchup-wise, I mean, Tapology, 29% is going with Hakeem, 71% is going with Evloev. Obviously, Evloev is the favorite. Matchup-wise, I feel like in the stand-up, Hakeem does have an edge. But it's not a crazy edge. It's not like a big edge over Movsar. Movsar can strike, It's not like he's out of place in the striking, He can strike a little bit and he can wrestle. Hakeem has improved a lot since his last loss to, I think, is it Danny Henry, right? That's the guy's name. He got submitted, got caught with the guillotine. He's on a 5-fight win streak, which is interesting, over Austin Arnett, Kyle Bochniak, Yushina Ari, Julio Arce, which is really good. Julio Arce has a win over Dan Ige and Tukugov Zubar. And the Tukugov, here's the thing, I thought he lost that fight, so it is what it is. But in my humble opinion, I think Hakeem might have the best Muay Thai. If you don't count Max, right, in the division, he might have the best Muay Thai in the whole, in the featherweight division, just pure Muay Thai. He looks really, really good. He looks sharp. I've seen some of his bag work. I've seen him fight, so he looks really good. Movsar Evloev is also on a bit of a win streak in his last 5. He beat Rafael Diaz, Sung-Hoon Choi, which is really good, Enrique Barzola, and Mike Grundy, and Nick Lentz by split decision. Now, I didn't think that was a split. I thought he obviously won that fight. But here's what I gotta say. Hakeem does have a chance. He really does. But I think he just almost has to catch him. I thought he lost his last fight, but it is what it is. I know he was just screaming at Tukugov, so I guess he wins that fight. But I think Movsar's wrestling, Zubar even, I thought, didn't do too bad in the striking, which I think he kind of got himself a little too tired when he took him down. I think if Movsar just keeps the wrestling on him, doesn't overcommit in the striking exchanges, doesn't stay there for too long, just kind of plays around with it, doesn't lose any too bad striking exchanges, I think he can do good in this fight. Hakeem really needs man, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, even if Hakeem drops him, like, let's say in the first round, I feel like Movsar could even come back and win the next 2, just on his wrestling and his determination and his durability. He's never lost. He's undefeated. I know a lot of people have been trying to get this kid to lose. In terms of Movsar, they've been trying to find the special guy for Movsar Evloev to lose to, and I don't know if Hakeem is that guy, man. Hakeem's really good, and I know he's mean, but I don't know if he's mean enough for Movsar Evloev. I gotta go Movsar Evloev by decision, but I don't know, man. I feel like a guy like Shane Burgos could beat Movsar Evloev, but I don't think Hakeem could. I don't know. Just me. That's what I'm thinking. But it is what it is. Next fight, Faris Ziam versus Luigi Vendramini. I mean, this is a good fight, man. But I'm going to be honest, man. Faris' last fight, I mean, I was really disappointed. I picked him, but I was really disappointed. I thought Jamie Malarkey won that fight, man. I'm sorry, man. It was a... when I first watched it, I was really biased because I picked him. I rewatched it again for the tape study, man. I kind of feel bad for defending the kid after that fight, man. I feel bad for Malarkey, man. Luigi, I mean, he's coming off a good win over Jessen Ari via head kick KO. His last loss is Zaleski Dos Santos. I mean, Zaleski is a good fighter. I thought he won his last fight. I thought he got robbed there, but he's beating guys like Curtis Melinder. He was on like I think a 7-fight win streak. Also beat that dude Sean Strickland that everyone likes hyping up right now. So no shame in losing to a guy like that. Before that, also won his last 3. In this matchup, Faris is the better striker. He is the more accomplished kickboxer. He does fight out of France, but I think the grappling is going to be the problem. I think out of his he's lost his last 3 fights because of the wrestling. I think that's going to be a big problem for Ziam, and I think Luigi gets this done by decision using the wrestling. He's not a bad striker. I don't think Ziam's going to knock him out. So I'm going to take Luigi by this. I'm going to take Luigi by decision. Next fight, Carlos Felipe versus Jake Collier. Really good fight right here, man. I think Jake Collier's gonna get his ass beat. I know he's coming off a win. Good on him versus Gian Vellante, but I think Carlos Felipe, he can box, man. This kid can box. Jake does have the reach advantage, which is crazy. By 3 inches, huh? But I think Carlos is gonna work the body. I think he's just going to outbox this kid, man. He's a really, really good, not a good necessarily boxer, but he actually does have boxing experience. I know his size might look kind of weird, but I mean, he can actually throw. He can actually throw some hands. So respect to him. I gotta go. Respect to Collier for getting the W, man. I like the guy, man. He beat Gian Vellante, but it is what it is, but I can't. It cracks me up watching these guys fight sometimes. Not that they're bad fighters, but I mean that Gian Vellante fight was just pure comedy. I was crying watching that. So it is what it is. Man, Jake does. I will give him that. He does have the reach advantage, which is interesting by 3 inches, which is not a lot. But I think Carlos, he'll use his head movement. He'll work the body. He'll press the action. He'll press this guy. He'll know how to put pressure on him. And I think he'll win the fight. It's not like Jake's going to take him down. So, and I know some people felt like Carlos lost his last fight to Tafa. But it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm taking Felipe by decision. Next fight, Demian Maia versus Belal Muhammad. I do have a breakdown on this, so go check that out. I'm going to keep it simple. I got to take Maia, man. Big Mouth Belal was running his mouth about Leon Edwards. I'm not a big fan of that. It is what it is. I just feel like there's a certain level of opponents that Maia can beat, and I just think Belal is on that level of opponents that Maia can beat. Obviously, the age does go against Maia. Can Belal win this? Of course, if he follows the Tyron Woodley, Colby Covington, and Kumar Usman game plan, or you can even put Gilbert Burns in that scenario. Yeah, use takedown defense and, put the striking on him. I just don't know if he has a fight IQ. I think he might actually think he might be the better grappler. I think Maia can get this done in the second round. I think he submits him. Even like, I know some people say Maia's past his prime, but before and y'all say like, oh, all he did was beat Ben Askren. No, he didn't. He also beat a good fighter, Anthony Rocco Martin. Lyman Good, by the way, who gave Belal Muhammad real problems in the third round. I have a breakdown on this. I go more in depth with it, but I ain't remembering the name Belal after this. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But he could win. He could, but it is what it is. Next fight, Jamahal Hill versus Paul Craig. I don't have a breakdown on this, so I guess I'll break it down here. Paul Craig. Oh my God, is he ranked? Please, God, don't tell me he's ranked. Wow, he's ranked number 14. And Jamal's ranked number 15. Okay. Wow. All right. You beat fucking Shogun and they put you in the rankings. Oh, man. I do not like Paul Craig. I'll keep it simple. I think the guy's I don't... There's something about him. I don't know. He irritates me. I don't know how someone can go at the face-offs, put that, like, I don't know, half Scottish face paint, talk crazy, and then pull guard, lay on his back in missionary, and talk like, act like he's going to do something, Nothing against with that. But, I mean, come on now. You can't be talking crazy and then, making a V shape with your legs. Like, come on, bro. You can't be doing that. That's not cool in the hood. That's all I'm just saying. My boy Jamahal Hill, he is also from the hood. Now, I have doubted Jamal a few times, actually. I picked him to lose. I actually picked OSP to beat him, but he surprised me against OSP. I still think Jamahal has a lot of holes in his game. I think the striking is not where it needs to be, if I'm being honest. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But offensively, he's really good. Keeps his hands really low. He has really, really long arms, so it kind of saves him. But it is what it is. I just honestly feel like Jamahal, when he gets to the higher levels, I think people are going to give him problems. But to this level, unless Jamahal levels up, obviously he's young in his career. He's young in his career in terms of his rank. He's 8-0, right? But he is 30. So if he makes some improvements, okay. But I still see somebody that's just kind of more of a hammer, and I don't know how well he will adjust to being a needle. If someone puts the pressure on him. But Paul Craig is not doing that. Paul Craig, his striking got a little better against Shogun, but I honestly feel like Shogun aged like an extra 3 years when he fought Craig, and it was pretty sad to see Shogun go out like that. Because in the first fight with Shogun and Paul, Shogun actually did well. So I was just shocked that Shogun went out like that. I think Craig, he's going to be trying to go for takedowns. I think Jamahal is going to show some decent takedown defense. He's going to get out the clinch. I think he's going to put on the right enough pressure. I think the Alonzo Menefield fight is also going to be some film study for Jamahal. I think he's going to put the right pressure. I think he gets Paul Craig out of there in the second round and he gets this motherfucker out of here, man. I'm tired of seeing this bum win. And Jamahal Hill's not going to be a dummy and shoot for a takedown and get caught with a triangle. So I'm just going to say that too. And Jamahal has the reach advantage, 79 to 76. He's a taller guy by 6'4". Craig is 6'3". He's the better athlete out of the two. Well, I shouldn't say that. He doesn't. I feel like he's the better athlete out of the two. Craig is actually in better shape than Jamahal Hill, but I feel like Jamahal is the better athlete out of the two. And he has more pop. I feel like he has more pop. It's just his takedown defense needs to be in order. And it's not like Craig has crazy takedown defense, but not crazy takedown defense. It's not like Craig has crazy takedown offense or good chain wrestling. He's more of a guy that pulls guard. So I think Jamahal Hill should win this. And next up, man, Leon Edwards versus Nathan Diaz. I do have a breakdown on this. I'm gonna keep it simple. Leon Edwards is gonna have his way with this dude. I got Leon Edwards by death. I think he's gonna get this guy out via stretcher. No disrespect to the Cali boys, to the Diaz army, but Leon Edwards is gonna put it on your boy. I don't know how to say it. I've never seen people really lie to themselves and say Nate is gonna win, man. I've just been shocked. But yeah, I think Leon's gonna hurt this dude. Leon can win any way he wants. If Leon wants to make this a boring 25-minute decision, he can do that too. And obviously, hopefully Leon doesn't. Leon needs to beat the shit out this bum and let him know this fake gangster shit ain't gonna roll. I feel like that would be good for Leon, and it'd help. It might jump him up to a title shot. It has been talks about Colby Covington getting the title shot. If Leon can just finish him real good, and if Nate, let's say, somehow gets a finish, they might be able to leapfrog Colby. So right now, Leon can't afford to have a boring decision, but he can do it if he wants. If he wants to take Nate down, he'll do it. He was able to take RDA down. We saw what RDA was able to do with Nate. Things happen for a reason. That's what I'm gonna say. And let me explain it like this: the lion will always beat the hyena. You know what I'm saying? That's just life, right? Leon will always beat Nathan Diaz. If Nathan gets it done, you know what? For the Nate fans, right? The ones that was kind of mad at me for saying their boy is gonna be left out on a stretcher and is gonna die. I'll change my profile to Nathan. I'll put my profile on the line. My profile pick to that bum Nathan Diaz if he gets it done over Leon, because that ain't supposed to happen. I'll tell you that, and it ain't happening. But I think Leon's just gonna break him, man. I think he's gonna break him. But go check out my breakdown on that. And then next up, Davis and Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno 2. Obviously, I have another breakdown on that one. I mean, the first fight was really close. Brandon Moreno proved a lot of people wrong. My boy Fight Game Pro was one of the only guys to really pick Moreno. But I feel like that was because of the 2-week nonsense that those both guys had to go through. Can Moreno win? Yeah, but I don't know if he has the skills. He has the power, not the power. He has the physical advantages. He has the reach. He has the wrestling, right? But I don't know, man. I saw a lot of holes in Moreno's game, man. He leaves his back against the cage too much just to get hit on. The problem with Figueiredo, he made a really dumb error in there, overcommitting with combinations. He had no respect for Moreno. I think he's gonna have a lot more respect. There's a lot of leg kicks in that first fight that he took advantage of, but he didn't do it for the rest of the fight. And in the 5th round with the body kicks and stuff like that, that's when he started taking over. I think that's something that Davidson's gonna go back to, maintaining range. And even though he does have the smaller arms, just back up Moreno. And then obviously the only thing that was saving Moreno from not getting fucking sent to the shadow realm was these panic takedowns. And that's a good thing for Figueiredo to force him when he gets him to the cage to get those panic takedowns. But the problem is Moreno got all those panic takedowns, right? I feel like because he only had 2 weeks to prepare, he couldn't really defend those properly. I feel like this time he's going to defend it properly. I think it's going to be a beating. I will give Moreno his respect. His durability will, I feel like, last him all 5. I will give him that. I think it could last him all 5. So, but I think Figueiredo, I think this is just going to resemble the Pantoja fight. All respect to Moreno. Can Moreno win this? Yeah. He has the reach. Does Davidson have some defensive deficiencies? Yeah. He keeps his hands fucking low. But I don't think he has the footwork, the lateral movement to use his jab properly and set those things up. He can do it. He has a good 1-2 right high kick, but I don't know. And the Juicio Formiga fight does exist. He has to get him tired, but I don't know if he can do that. I feel like his best chance was that first fight, and he kind of blew it. Or not necessarily blew it, but it went to a draw, right? And some people even think Figueiredo won that fight, So it is what it is. And then Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori, the rematch. The Italian Dream versus Titty Boy Guy No Sana. It is what it is. I cannot wait for this. Obviously, I have a breakdown on this. Y'all know me. I've been a Vettori fan for like forever. I've liked this kid. This kid embodies what a lion is. I'm not gonna go too in depth with it, but here's the facts. This clown Titty Boy has not only mocked Marvin, has said multiple occasions, this guy will never fight me for a title. I will never fight Vettori again. He made fun of him after he went through his USADA suspension. 1 year off, said this guy's going to go nowhere. His career is going down the drain. Right? This kid ends up fighting Andrew Sanchez. Ferreira. What's his name? Not Diego Ferreira. What's his name? Let me find out that guy's name he beat. Cesar Ferreira, right? Andrew Sanchez, Cesar Ferreira. All his fights end up fucking, his Darren Stewart fight gets canceled. All these fights. Carl Robertson starts playing games with the weight cuts and starts, trying to cheat, and he takes care of him. On 3 weeks' notice, fights this idiot named Jack Hermanson. Everyone's saying this and that. Marvin Vettori's gonna get tired. Blah, blah, blah. Takes him out of there. Teaches him how to box. Gave him a free boxing lesson. Alright? Stuffed every takedown. Whooped his ass. Then, on fucking 1 week notice, fucking Darren Till starts playing with his collarbone and pulls out. Has to fight a fucking, a dude with longer arms than Israel Adesanya and Kevin Holland. Takes him down relentlessly and gets the title shot. This Titty Boy, man, dummy, has not only doubted this kid for so long and said he's not this or that. He dominated him in the first fight. Guess what, Titty Boy? Your time is coming up. The nonsense era is over. You had a good run. Marvin Vettori is getting the fourth round submission, and I'm done with the disrespect. I see y'all disrespecting this man. I wouldn't be mad if y'all wasn't disrespecting Vettori. If y'all just said, oh, Adesanya's bad. Oh, okay. But you don't have to call the guy an orc. You gotta call the guy a troll or whatever. Say something about his facial features. Alright? I get it. You guys like talking about other men's facial features. I get it. Y'all like that. I don't. That's just me. You know, that's a common trait for any Adesanya fan. They like, you know, male facial features. But come on, man. Vettori can wrestle. We saw what happened against Jan Blachowicz when Adesanya fought him. All right, we saw how that first fight was going. It was going in the way of the Blachowicz. If you gave Marvin 2 extra runs, he would have kept taking that titty boy down. All right. I gotta go for Vettori's 4th round submission. I'm sorry, y'all. It ain't going your way this time, punks. Your time is done. All right. Fucking order will be restored, and Vettori is gonna save the world. And I'm taking Vettori. Go check out my breakdown on that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, don't forget to follow me on my Twitter. That's it for my predictions, obviously. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. If you're new, subscribe. If you made it this far, that's what's up. Subscribe, like, comment, share the video. Go click the notification button, and let's get this eBay fight prediction for Prediction Nation growing. I'm so tired. It's too damn late. Gotta go to sleep. Love y'all, and goodbye.